recording. Good. So you're in Adelaide.
Yeah, brother, in Adelaide. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm in China at the moment. I'm in the south of China, Hainan, the province it's like a tropical place. Yeah.
Cool. Beautiful. Are you Chinese?
No, do I look Chinese? That's the first time someone questioned me about this.
No.
I'm Canadian.
No, you don't look Chinese.
I'm Chinadian.
Yeah, I was wondering because your name looks Chinese.
Yeah, actually, it's my kung fu teacher who gave it to me. It's Lin Yo. Do you speak Chinese?
No, unfortunately not. My parents tried to teach me.
It means I just changed Lin Yo. Yo in Chinese means ox, buffalo, cow. So I just change it to put a hug and a kiss at the end of my name.
I like it, bro.
Yeah, I like your work. I like I just spied you a little bit, checked on your profile and your lives and all this. You're very eloquent.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, just like to speak the truth. Can't do it any other way. It has to be the truth. It has to be real integrity.
Yes, absolutely. And it shows that, it's like it's not like it's something that you're sharing your experience, and so it sounds real, it's spontaneous, it's fluent, and yeah, love it.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I love your work too. With dude, I'm actually really excited about this cleanse. Like I'm the kind of person that when I see something, I'll see it once, and then if I keep thinking about it, if it imprints on my mind, then no matter what it is, I have to try it out for myself. And I can't wait even a few days. It's like I have to do it immediately.
Yes, I'm a little bit like this too. Yeah. Yeah, actually, my background, I'm Chinese medicine doctor and Qigong teacher. And so for me, all the business aspect is completely new. Well, I mean, now it's 5 years, but I started from scratch at this aspect. A little threw me a little bit off my comfort zone. But really, when I experience this product, I really felt a pull and a push at the same time to bring this in the Western world, because because there's not only this, there's the intestinal cleanse. This is how, it's the factory actually who discovered me humbly. It's just because I had a detox center in China in a tourist area, and they just passed by and they stopped, and that's where the whole saga started, and they kept inviting me and I kept pushing them away because I felt like they wanted me to sell something, or I had a lot of resistance, until they just sent me flight tickets and hotel rooms to go visit. And this is where it started. I've been greeted by Chinese medicine doctors, naturopathic doctors, nurses, scientists, blood tests, all the whole thing. And I was like, well, fascinated about how they cared so much about this product, and also how can a product taking so long to manufacture could make a living. It takes 3 years to make what you've received now. It's like, how can business wise can be successful? And because I heard about enzymes before, but I realized later that we were not, it was completely another ball game by keeping them, in a liquid form for most of them, by fermenting them for so long. They were turning into systemic enzyme, very refined, and they were actually penetrating the bloodstream and initiating a cleansing much deeper than anything I knew before. So this, I still investigated the factory before, jumping in the business. I tested on about 500 people before I jumped in, and I made sure that, everything was clean, the product was clean, you know, the whole thing took a while before I jumped in, almost 2 years. And yeah, and then since then, there was no doubt it's revolutionary. It's simply revolutionary. It's a completely revolutionizing the detox world. It's like we need to think detox in a different way now. I gave you like some advice earlier, because I had the same thinking. I was using exactly the same. I was like, first, I'm a long-term water faster, but I also did, like juice cleanses and, working with psyllium and bentonite and binders and all this, and there's nothing wrong with this at all. It served me very well. But, it was something that we were scheduling in a moment in your year, once or twice or more a year, but it was a time off where you were retracting yourself from normal life and you were cleansing. But now with these is like, you don't have to do that anymore. You live. You live with the enzyme and you're cleansing deeply, strongly on a daily basis. So you can just enjoy. You can just enjoy life. You can make the changes that you need to do, that most people know deep inside what they need to do. They shouldn't eat this, they shouldn't do this, they should do more exercise. This is a lot to change, to get there. But with the enzyme is like you can actually go and gather your momentum, go and gather your power to be able to get the spirit to be able to change those other things gradually, So this is quite a big part, a big thing, because so many people have issues to deal with discomforts. You're a sport person, you've been trying things, you can't handle discomfort and you like to break through, but this is just a minority of people like this. A lot of people, as soon as they pull off their comfort zone, it's like, oh, well, cannot, it's like, oh, try to die, it's like a little bit like this, I'm almost not exaggerating actually, but it gives a break to those people. It gives this kind of extra chi to move forward, to get to another level physically and consciously too. Yeah, so it's a big deal.
What has been your personal experience using the enzymes, and how long have you been using it for?
Yeah, well, I knew about enzyme with all this nutrition, like raw food theory. The theory behind raw food is enzymes, but for me, it was like it was self-digesting. It was like helping the body to saving the body energy, you know, and all this biophoton theory, you know, about it, like feeding us with light and all this. So I was aware of that, and I experienced it. I was giving conference for the Hippocrates Institute. Maybe you've heard of it, in Florida. Brian Clement, and it's all based on raw food and wheatgrass.
Hello?
You know. Did you lose me?
Seems like it must have cut out for a bit.
Did you lose me? Am I back? Am I back? I hear you, brother. Hello? Bummer. I'll try to change this. Toby, are you there? I think you're back. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Hello? 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 Toby, are you there? Hello? Hello, Toby?
Very strange.
No, that's on my side. I'm sure internet is very hard here. Okay. I'll try to connect to the 4G. Toby, are you back?
Yeah. All right, we're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Okay. So actually we were entering a new chapter. My own personal experience with the enzymes. So just all my experience with raw food. But then when I started, I experienced the enzymes. After that, I say, whoa, this is not the same thing. What is this? And then I started to read more about this, you know. So I read Dr. Shinya, Ellen Cutler, and you know, a series of books about enzymes, and I really started to understand why it's so important, and why it's so important to have a daily intake of enzyme. If someone can afford it, it's really a support because of how enzymes work. You know, what is enzyme? Enzymes are the spark plugs of life. So that means, you know, they are behind every action and reactions of the body. Metabolic functions, digestive functions, detox functions. That if no enzymes, it's not happening. It's the spark plug, it's the energy behind. So So the enzymes, when, you know, the theory at the moment about enzymes is that we're born with source enzyme. Is like it's a protein. An enzyme is a protein that is, you know, so it's produced by the DNA, but at first they don't have uh, uh, a gender, let's say. Okay, there's metabolic enzyme, digestive enzymes. Okay, these are the two main categories that the body produces. So it's, so the metabolic enzymes are for all the metabolic functions: heart beating, lung breathing, you know, brain thinking, moving the fingers, you know, everything is triggered by metabolic enzyme. And this you cannot supplement. You cannot supplement this. You cannot take metabolic enzymes to boost that. This you cannot. But since we have one bank account, the more you ask the body to digest food, the more you ask the body to detox your body, you're actually demanded, you actually ask the enzyme to go on this side. And you know, when we're young, it doesn't matter. It's like we have a lot of we have a big bank account about it. But oftentimes, you know, of course, if somebody just born healthy, but you know, not really careful and overeat like most people do nowadays, and this is continuously like this, and the extra loads of toxins that we are confronted nowadays, you know, that the body needs to deal with, all these extra effort. When you reach a certain age, your bank account is reduced, you know, and that's why after a certain time people start to fall asleep after a meal, or they start, you know, they have brain fog, they cannot sleep well, they have all, they lose their enthusiasm, you know, and they blame it on the age, you know. So if, when we understand it this way, you can understand that if you take enzymes to support your detox, if you take enzymes to support your digestion and your flora, then you're not asking anything from your bank account event. Huh? So that means like all the metabolic functions, you start feeling them revived, you know, like you sleep better, you think clearly, you're just active, you feel like you're rejuvenated because you don't ask anything to the body for digestion, or very little. So it's like giving like free workers to the body.
So if you
Supplement
take
like
more enzymes, if you take an excess of enzymes, does the extra enzymes go back into your bank account and can be stored and up?
No. Actually, you know what can happen is that you lose you lose that money, or, and also, you know, the enzyme will travel inside your system, because what happens with systemic enzyme means like they penetrate the bloodstream, and the function of the enzymes, they have a few, the food enzyme, okay, because these are food enzyme, we ferment all food, all plant, okay. So first they are nutrition, you know, you just take the kit, for example, has 60 plants in it, they all, and it's all food. And if you take a bottle, let's say you take the ambrosia, also have 59 ingredients, so they all have their properties in terms of vitamins and minerals and compounds, you know, medicinal compounds that are into it. Second, they don't require any digestion. They are pre-digested because fermentation, this is what it is. It's a self-digestion process. And they penetrate the bloodstream. And what they do, what are digestive enzymes? They're kind of little Pac-Man. They break down, they pursue the digestion that didn't occur in the first place. And that just got stuck on the walls, on the intestinal walls, on the blood vessel walls, in the filters like liver, kidney, in the body tissues, the lymph, it all gets stuck there undigested. So when you add this, then the enzyme pursue, and wherever they go and meet anything to digest, they will digest it. If they meet anything that needs to be repaired, they will repair the inflammation or whatever, depending on the compounds that is contained in the product you're taking. And if it crosses the liver, it will cleanse whatever it is now. It will go there. And if there's nothing to cleanse, it will repair, or it will, at the end, feed. So it's not like, well, I don't need to detox. Well, you still need to feed, or maybe there's tissues that needs to be repaired or anything, So that's the beauty of it. So we don't need to play the doctor anymore. It's really like in alignment with Hippocrates' oath, make food thy medicine. It's really this. You just don't need to think about it. And it's not like an extract, like nutraceutical, that you concentrate in a pill and then you target one thing. You target digestion, or you target inflammation, or you target whatever. And I'm not saying that this is not necessary, but it's another thing. It's like replacement for pharmaceutical. This is something else, and you got to be careful. You got to be followed by a naturopathic doctor or a physician. Okay, it's like this you need, because if you don't need this, you must stop. You don't take. Okay, because it's a concentration. It's an extract of a compound, and this you don't want to overdo. Yeah, but with the enzyme, there's no such thing. It's very safe. You have a kid at home and just with his friend, just open a bottle and just party on enzyme, like maybe they won't sleep that night, but he's like, it will actually be good for them. It will feed them, it will detox them, it will just, if this is something you can share, it's not something you have to be scared of, right? So I think that's the beauty. It's really democratizing healing, is democratizing detox, makes it easy, does the job better than anything else. Yeah.
Beautiful. How many of these cleanses have you done with the one?
Oh my God. Oh, the one, I actually, I do it regularly, and oftentimes, someone will do it, and I will just join them, just to give them offer them some company, and share with them, but it's I mean, there's even a guy in Bali who just called me, and he said he did 9 like in a month or something like that. Yeah. And he's already a detox geek, he's totally in it, but he just a little bit like you, got a strong pull towards the product, and he just got a lot, and he just did it, and he just loved it. He just loved it. I think that if someone would have like some inflammation or something, they may have felt a little uncomfortable to overdo it, because it's a lot of fiber, but there's no there's no problem with that. And the one thing is that funny enough, that I started to explore more is the liver cleanse. Because before I've done liver cleanses many times, at least twice a year in my life, the Andreas Moritz method.
Oh yeah, I did the one too. Yeah.
Yes, and that was the thing. And even if I didn't like it because of the Epsom salt, mostly, I was still doing it. And in my center, that was the method we were using. But there was no way I would just add an extra time during the year. But I met a woman who called me. Actually, she called me because she tried our product and she got excited about it, and she was very, very sick, and like she wanted to die. She had suicidal thoughts, and she was overweight and she could not digest, and life had no interest. And she read Andreas Moritz and she started to give it a try. And she had a day after the liver cleanse where she didn't want to kill herself. And she started to do it once a week just for that day, not because she thought that she would just heal herself, but she had a moment where she didn't think about killing herself. So she kept doing like this until 40 weeks, 40
Wow.
cleanses. And then she discovered the enzyme then. And she started to do it, and this day extended in 1 week. And she kept doing it. She did 58 of the first year. And after that, she really felt like she was healed, that she was, that she would make it, that she was all right, that her head was outside of the water, So, and she kept doing it. And she kept doing it like once a month for the following year. So she did 69 in 2 years. And and when I heard that, I say, holy my God, it's like, I gotta try, So I gotta try. So I just asked for 6 cleanses, and I tried this in 2 weeks. And I did it like, like brought them close together, and I really enjoyed it. I got something. I understood something. The liver is really a job to get done. You got to do it. It's just, and this is a filter. It's not like a tube, like the intestine. It's not like a tube that you just strip off. And it's a filter, and it's the first filter on the bloodstream line, and it's really toxic. So there's gallstones in it, there's fats in it. That there's one person out of 3 that you meet on the street, that you cross on the street, who has fatty liver. It's like, and they don't even know. It's like you feel it somewhere, but you don't think about your liver. You don't feel the liver, but you will feel the side effect of it. So it's very, very toxic organ. Everything is filtered. Everything that should not enter the bloodstream is stopped by. So can you imagine, with everything we breathe, everything we touch, everything we eat, nowadays is like, wow, this filter is filthy. It's really filthy. So this is what I realized, that it's really a job to get done, and it's worth it. It's really worth it. So that means, like, of course, when we talk about like cleansing the liver, like I was talking with one of another affiliate last week, and he said, it's like, well, if I do that, even if like they purchase like by the carton and they get 50%, is like, it's still you know, it's like $1,000. I say, well, yeah, but the $1,000 can really make a shift, can really help make a shift, because that the person I'm talking about is you know, it was a special case. It's not like everyone in that situation.
That's a huge difference.
Huge, 2 years.
Yeah, that's the lady that did 69 liver flushes.
Yeah.
Can't imagine what if she was passing gallstones every single time.
Yeah, but you know, there's more than gallstones. I tell you. Let me show you. Like, you know what people
So,
should
question.
expect. These are the
Would-
3 things you can expect from a liver cleanse. So you have
Okay, and that's
the
one pack
gallstone.
will.
No,
If you do one,
this is just different samples of different things. So you have the gallstones, you have the fat stones,
yeah.
and you got the flukes, the parasites. Yeah.
Ah,
Well, in the real life, this is parasites,
wow.
a basket load of it, and you know, like, I have so many. This is like a load of fat and some stones in it.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. And you can see here the fat stone. You see, it's circled now, and the product is around. We just pull it out. Yeah, things like that. So and then of course these are the little stones. Yeah, and these are little, but there's some that are pretty impressive. You know, like.
Those are huge, yeah. Because when I did the cleanse about 2 years ago, I just had a bunch of little green stones came out. That's Andreas Moritz. But yeah, I was been thinking of another one, but I didn't like drinking the Epsom salts. It didn't feel very natural to me, and my stomach was fucking hurting.
Yes.
And then drinking, yeah, it was a tough process.
Yeah, so yes, this is what I think too. And you know, what do you suggest to a person who's 50 kilo and the other guy who's 90 kilo? You know, is it the same dosage? You know, this is kind of a little bit like fluke, just like, you know, flip of a coin. Okay, go take this. Is like, so while this one is like there's no such thing, is we still keep the olive oil, but every other ingredient in the kit is all enzymes. It's all fermented, so it speeds up the it penetrates very, very quick. And you know, and the liver, you know, you can do a liver cleanse, and as you said, there was almost nothing came out, and you will do another time, and then whoa, yeah, now you're gonna have this experience, and there's a big release, and you have a few like this, and then it goes down. So you will see, since you're gonna start guiding people, sharing this with people, you may have those kind of questions, and people may be disappointed. Oh my God, yeah, but you cannot control. This is a natural process. The enzyme, you cannot say, oh, the kit was not good or anything. You know, the same kit, another one will do it, and then wow, you know, they do the work they have to do. Sometimes it's preparatory, you know, they just get delivered, they do some work, and you will do another one, and then wow, you know, it's gonna happen. So it's not like this. And people will ask you all kinds of medical questions. I always suggest to avoid answering this, not avoiding answering, but reminding people that this is food and only the body can heal itself. So, you know, the principle of natural medicine is like you support the body to recover its self-healing power, right? So by cleansing first, and then by nourishing, and then the body, when it recovers its whole power, you know, it heals. whatever it is. Yeah. Mm.
Yes, I got a question. You know me, like based on what I've said, like when I do things, I want to do fucking everything all at one go. Do it, do it, do it. I was getting my, this is why I did my this cleanse all together. I've gotten 3 colonics and doing a juice cleanse. And then when the kit gets here, going to be doing your intestinal one cleanse as part one. Then now listening to you talk about this liver cleanse, would that be good to do alongside one, or would that be good to do wait maybe a month or so once the body's stopped? Oh yeah, what do you feel?
It's like, again, it is food. Okay, so it's about this one. It requires a day, and it's easier. The liver cleanse is easier because you can even just take it at the office. Someone working at the office, and then you take one drink every hour from 9 to 5. And then you go back home and you take the flush at 9:30 at night. So it's as easy as that. You could even do it like on a day. I always recommend to people for these two, just choose a chill day and just be relaxed and do it at home. Like the intestinal cleanse, definitely do it at home or at a certain place that you won't need to move, because you're gonna have to take 20 drinks during the day. So it's like you need to schedule time, put your timer, you set your alarms, and then you have a relaxed day. Beep beep, it comes pretty quick.
Yeah.
So this one I really recommend. But I mean, ultimately you can just do them back to back.
Cool.
It's
not going to be too much for the body.
I like to give some time to the people so they can see what one is doing.
I see.
And you see the process, because like that's why I was telling you, if you do your juice cleanse after, then your juice cleanse will have a deeper effect, because you will strip off the biggest chunks, which the juice may take years or may never really address, especially the lactose part, because it's like most people are allergic to lactose, and so and there's nothing else but lactase who can break this down. So people just cleanse and they still have lactose stuck in the filter, in the liver, in the blood, into the intestine. And because we put some lactose in the liver cleanse, and people say, why you do that? Like, but I say, exactly, we only do put it in this one so you can get rid of all the lactose that you've accumulated over the years. But say, yeah, but I'm vegan and all this. I say, yeah, but before you were vegan, didn't you use milk in your coffee, cheese on your pizza, all these lactose ingredients, product full of lactose that that you haven't digested. So we want to get rid of this. And after that, you won't see any lactose in any other products. But in this one, we chose to put it to clear that. Let's get out of it, So of course it's not like the primary ingredient, it's at the end, and it's enough. It does the work that is required to get rid of this sooner or later, because like it's not a one-shot deal. Detox, as I tell the people, is like it's a lifestyle, and that's the beauty of working with the enzyme, because you just live with it. It's like whatever you do, it's like every day you're detoxing. because you have these powerful enzymes that penetrate your bloodstream and continue and deepen the work, and you say, oh my god, you know, I didn't eat so well today, you know. And yeah, this life, you know, is like
Yeah.
is like you cannot be too rigid. Rigidity is another problem. So you know, over time you can set your goals and make the changes that you really know that you need to make sooner or later, and still enjoy your life, you know. It's like this is in the long run, I think there's better result than someone who's really stiff and then, you know, rigid, and then one day you just give up and just
Yeah.
fall on the other on the other side, you know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's happened to me a few times.
yes, yeah, I can talk to you about this too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mm.
Mm. It's like this feeling of you want to be perfect. So you want to do everything right, maximize everything. And then you create this prison in your mind that gets smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually fucking everything's bad for you. It's like, oh, I can't do this, can't do this, can't do this. And then you're living in this straight line, but you know that if you step out of it, your mind will say, oh, this is bad. I can't do that. And it gets so tight and tight and tight. This is why I'm doing this cleanse, actually, because I just want to stop everything and come back and then so cleanse myself and heal myself and then make decisions based on what I feel inside, not based on what everyone's telling me I should eat and all that stuff.
Yes, because you know, nowadays it's getting narrower and narrower because there's this marketing pitch where people at some point will just scare you with one thing and we'll write a book on it, you know, and then it's like, okay, you're this, you can't, it's not good for you anymore, and this is not good for you anymore. It's like at the same time, it's like it disconnects us from our gut, our instinct, you know, where we can follow our inner master. You know, we need to get back to that, because it's not true that especially about food, and I can say about exercise is the same thing, you know, about nutrition, exercise, about stress management. Is not like one recipe fits everyone. You need to find yourself into the method that you're choosing, the exercise. If you like it, you will do it long time. If you hate it, you know, it's like you will do it for a while and then you will quit. And the same thing for the nutrition. You have your body type, you live in a certain country. Is it dry? Is it wet? Is it cold? Is it hot? You know, how can a one diet fit everyone? You know, is like it doesn't work. And what about your social life? And what about in this situation? What about you have this gut feeling very attracted and then you resist? For how long are you going to resisting? And what if this call was to guide you to go get some nutrients, you know, that your body needed? So it's complex, and everybody needs to find themselves, you know, in this process sooner or later. So, and the cleaner we are, the clearer we are. You know, at some point, this is what is happening. So we don't do that. All these efforts of taking care of ourselves and all this to narrow our fields of freedom, we actually do that to set ourselves free, you know. And this is trial and errors. You need to find, we need to find ourselves and adapt and find out and journey through all these dogmas that we cross along the way. This is the challenge nowadays, and I think this is why I enjoy so much uh, working with the enzyme, because it's like I don't need to be the doctor anymore. Of course, you know, I can talk with someone about they have issues. I can explain, I can understand them, I can make them feel safe. But the prescription is always the same. Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, with some extreme case of inflammation, of intestinal issues, we will, you know, change a few things. If someone is having ulcer, you don't give them the intestinal cleanse. It's too much fibers. You will give them liquid enzyme first. You will soothe that inflammation, reduce the inflammation, heal the wound, and then when the people feel ready, you can, you know, give it a whirl. But outside of this is very easy. It's very easy. So we can spend
But
some time and
before,
say, make do exercise and share with them other things, you know.
mm, yeah, so before you went into this field of enzymes, you were working with just regular detoxification methods, weren't you?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been a water faster. My first book I read was Dr. Shelton, The
Mm,
Fasting it was called, and then, you know, I water fasted like more than 700 days in my life. I have a lot of experience. I fasted more than a month, like 5 times, and you know, I can predict in someone water fasting what's going to happen, and if they have a healing
mm,
crisis, how long it will take. I have a lot of experiences, and I've tried the other types of cleanses, like the rise and shine, name it, you know, like
mm,
crates of grapes entering crates of a watermelon, and you know, like
mm,
different juices. But for me, because of the experience I had with the water fasting, for me there was like a diet. It was like, you know, I didn't feel like I was cleansing. So at my center, if you were choosing the juice part, we were calling this deep resting. We were
mm,
not even calling it cleansing, you know, because I've talked with many people who lead retreats with juices, and they say they do it because otherwise they wouldn't have anybody signing up. It's like, because if you say you're gonna water fast or you will not eat for a few days, it's like nobody would sign up. So you need to have like a reputation to open a center to lead people through water fasting. But you know, the juice cleanses is almost, again, is something that you do many times throughout the year. If you overeat for a period, you just stop everything and you go juicing. You give a break to your digestive system, but you cannot expect that you're going to go and cleanse your liver through that deeply. It will take a long time. It will take a long time. You will need to stick on juice for months, years, you know, and it's kind of a raw diet. It will do a great work, but it will take a long time. And after that, what you do is like, you stay like this forever, or you go back to
mm.
your normal life. What's gonna happen, you know? And everybody who told me that they were even raw vegan or you know, vegetarian for their whole life, you know, were amazed to see what was coming out. They could not believe it, you know. There's some people say, I don't need this, you know, like I'm a raw foodist, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, give it a try. And they was, oh my God, you know, how could I have expect like so much coming out, and the colors and blah. Yeah.
Well, for you, have you found the enzyme to be more powerful than your long water fasting, dry fasting, all that stuff?
Faster. It's like a water fast. I say it's autophagy on steroids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, because you know what? Actually, using enzyme, and this I discovered that recently. I was like stunned because at some point I say, okay, I will just do a month only enzyme. Okay, I will take
Mm.
120 ml a day, you know, double dose. And every time I feel like a little hungry, I would take a glass of enzymes. And so I started like this. I do started with my intestinal cleanse, and then the following days I'm on liquid and pills. Take the things, and you know, like a couple of days later, I just get the feeling that I'm on autolysis. Like my heart is increasing, my tongue is thickening. You know, I say, my God, I have the symptoms that I have when I'm water fasting, but I'm eating. How is that possible? And then, you know, I could not really understand and I understood that what stops the autolysis process is digestion, not nutrition. So if you eat something that doesn't require digestion, you still get the autolysis, autophagy kicks in,
Mm.
still kicks in. So because, you know, it's like, of course, when you're water fasting, you don't eat, but your cells do. You cannot stop feeding your cells. They still need, otherwise, you know, you would die. Or this is what we call food deficiency, nutrient deficiency, and it's very dangerous. You know, you cannot like have any deficiency when you're water fasting. It's dangerous. You need to stop this. You know, requires more being careful. If you guide someone on a water fast, you need to know what you're doing. You know. But with the enzymes, you're actually allowing the autolysis process to happen while you're still feeding your cells. So it's like you're boosting the process, and you're adding little Pac-Mans to accelerate it. You know, there's a few issues. You know, it's like I don't want to put only like the beautiful and amazing side. There are question marks that I haven't found the solution yet, and it's when it's about the leaky gut, and this is a little bit more tricky. And I normally, when I work with people like this, I still suggest the water fast, and you know, maybe dry fasting, but I never experienced with the dry fasting personally, so I cannot really recommend that. But I was thinking that the water fast may just help the tissue to regain this, or eventually we will have like some collagen enzyme rich in collagen, that maybe this would be the blend that could address the leaky gut. But at the moment, we have great result with the SIBO and leaky gut. But the thing is, like when you clean the intestine, the small intestine is still porous to allow bigger particle to penetrate the bloodstream and to create autoimmune reaction. So this we did not have. You know, I don't have the solution yet. Yeah. So.
Were you trying to heal yourself from something? Is that why you went down this path of detoxification?
Well, you know, I'm over 60, so I was in 1987. I was 26 years old. At this time, I had pretty much a bad life. I was in the kind of the film industry before, and in those years it was, and I grew up in the 60s being like that was in America, in Canada, it's the American continent, where it was the emergence of the processed food, and you know, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that was a blessing for the moms, and they didn't know, you know, they didn't know how bad it was. And I would think that at this time it wasn't as bad as it is now, right now. But but still, you know, I grew up on this, and I had no idea about cooking, about healthy eating. For me, eating was just to get full, and I was happy whatever was filling me. So can you imagine? And after that, yeah, working in the film industry, my skin was very, very bad. I had very acne, very, very bad until I was even in my 20s. I still had this. So there was a bugger. I really felt like I had to do something, but I just had no knowledge, you know, I had no knowledge about this. And it's only when I read that book that I say, okay, I'll give it a try. I got very excited. I was reading everything, a big brick, you know, and everyone is just sharing their miracles that happened just doing this. I said, well, I want to do it. And I signed up for a 3-week water fast for the first time. I was fasting. I was like not eating for 3 weeks. It was hell.
Wow.
It was hell. But I discovered the power after I started eating again. I could look back and say, wow, look what happened, you know, all the healing that happened during those 3 weeks. It was like, so I never stopped. I never stopped. It was religious twice a year, been fasting. And tried all kinds of things. And, you know, I got into Chinese medicine after that. So all the focus on other things, holistic, taking care of my mind, taking care of my emotions, and, you know, all these things, my posture, my breathing, so many things that I added up on top of this afterwards. But, you know, that was, fasting was actually, I could say, one of the first thing beside the exercise, because I was an athlete. I was a long distance swimmer all my youth, and so I had this. Thank God I had this, because I think I was actually managing my mind by doing so. I was breathing, and you know, I was detoxing probably more than someone who would just didn't like sport or anything like that, you know. Yeah. And today I always insist on people say, listen, what are you doing? What movement are you doing in a day? You know, if you're working in an office, there's no way you can improve your health without moving. It's like, it's not you buy my enzyme, it's okay. But if you don't move, I won't promise you anything. But if you start moving, and I mean sweating and getting out of breath a little bit every day, I trust you will make it. I think it's very, very important.
Yeah, that's very, very, very interesting, because that's what got me in it when I had very bad acne as well, completely like covered in it. Went to see doctors. They were like, oh, here's antibiotics, here's Roaccutane, poison dose of vitamin A, and hay fever, congestion, all these things. And eventually that forced me down this path of healing and natural health, because the other system just was not working for me. It was just putting a band-aid over it, but popping up. Your body telling you a sign, something's wrong, I'm overloaded with toxins. You don't just put a pill to cover it up. You need to go deeper and actually heal the cause within. And I was also a swimmer as well growing up, swimmer, basketball, all that stuff. So cool.
Yes. I was on the Accutane when Accutane came out. I was there. I tried it. I tried it, I think 2 weeks maximum. When I saw the effect, my lips getting dry and my eyes getting dry, I say, this is not normal. I stop. I better have a few pimples and just try to figure out another solution. It was like so powerful. I just, no way, you know. And I kind of understood at some point that, you know, even if I had no knowledge at this time, that there was something internal, you know. And this is how I got into Chinese medicine, because, you know, after trying to look for solution, going from one therapist to another, naturopath, osteopath, Chinese medicine, you know, it's like, you know, that I knew that there was no quick fix. I had to change something in my life, in my being.
Yeah.
So, mm,
So I just got one question. If you
mm.
could just walk us through very quickly for me, my friends that are doing the cleanse with me, and anyone that is also going to do the cleanse, the one cleanse, what would be like the optimum way to do this? So it's safe, the most effective, and we're not wasting the enzymes as well. Because as you told me before, don't take binders with it, which is good to know. Because otherwise, I would have probably been taking other stuff, thinking this will bind to toxins, pull it out. So it'd be good to know like the best way to do it.
Well, the story with the binders is like you don't want to bind the enzymes. You
Mm.
want everything to disperse. So if you take the binders with the enzyme, you actually is gonna ruin Actually, on the day of the cleanse, just do the content of the kit.
Mm.
Don't think about anything else. Don't think
Yeah.
about anything else. Just do it. Set your alarms on your phone so you have a relaxed day. You don't need to check the time all the time because it comes pretty fast. And if you get into a conversation, my first cleanse I did by myself, I finished close to 2 a.m., because I missed so many so many drinks. I was pushing, like this. So if you follow, you set your alarms, make sure that the water is not too hot. So it's 40 degrees, it's optimal, but you don't need to work with a thermometer. Like you stick your finger in it. If it does, it's warm, like a warm bath, doesn't burn, is comfortable. This is perfect. Okay. And then you shake the powder is the last thing you put in your drinks because it thickens very, very fast. So at some point you're going to have to add some liquid. If you add the powder and you didn't open the bottle and you need to measure, your drink you'll be thick already. So the powder is always the last thing, but it's all written on the user's manual. It's very, very easy. And you can always send me a message on WhatsApp if there's anything. And when I get the message, I can answer. And also I suggest to collect the plaque, because that would be good if you could learn, if you start working with this, if you could learn to analyze the plaque. Okay, we have a page on the website. Maybe you visited this page.
Yeah, I was having a look today. It looks
Yes, yes, but this is just because at some point everyone was calling, asking me. I say, and it's not like a medical analysis. It's just there's some signs. Some signs, it's like people say, how many do I need? I tell them is like until your plaque is a brown, slick brown rope. If you have yellow in it and black stuff and all these things, it's because it's not finished. So plan another one. You can plan it in 3 months. You can plan it next week. You can plan it in 6 months. It's up to you, but you're not done, and the sooner the better. If you clear that until you have your brown rope, and after that, it depends on your lifestyle. If you eat well, if you digest well, you will see. If you bloat, if you absorb, and then if it's not, then continue take enzyme on a daily basis. Rebuild your flora this way. Heal. That's the second stage. But this is so simple. So for the day of the enzyme, you just organize like a very cozy party, and you do it. You can go for a walk, you can have some massage, you can have belly massage. There's all kinds of suggestions on the user manual. You can have some sauna, everything like a chill day. That's what I recommend, because if the enzyme will bring your awareness in the tummy. So you have like an intellectual journey to do, it's kind of a little bit counterproductive. You will still have effect. It's like, there's nothing that can stop the enzyme. But if you want to optimize the effect, just work with it, feel, meditate, chill, get inspired about it, be present, because also the enzyme, the deeper work they do, the more they will bring about emotions to the surface. So it can be interesting also to look, how do you feel, and and process that, and be present to that, and surf the wave, and allow this detox also, to rise and to be processed at the same time. Do you know what I mean? This is like body mind is like two flips of the same coin. So maybe this, especially when it reaches the deeper layer. When it reaches the deeper layer, then it can be more challenging, because people can do the cleanse one time, and oh my God, like 95% of people do the cleanse, but the deeper it gets, like oh my God, oh my God, we kind of want to pull something out, but it's emotional brother on the other side is just also been triggered and come to the surface, which is a good thing. But it's good if you have tools. If you're in a group, you can make like a moment during the day to connect with that, and and share about it, and allow. It's really about allowing. It's not about resolving. It's not about understanding. It's just about releasing, allowing, letting the process follow its natural course.
Beautiful. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited. Yeah, I wanted you to keep me posted, and count on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you were saying, just very quickly, if you keep doing some juices after, like maybe 1 or 2 more days of my juice fast, the effects will just keep going and going and going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You would do it. You would do it for 10 days, and you will have like chunks coming. It's not like plaque ropes, but chunks. And you see only the juices, and you will just have like flop, flop, chunks coming out. It will get in the plies, and because like the do I have a picture here, like the intestinal the intestines is another is really another anatomy. Is very different. And if you take, I think I have a picture here, maybe of the, maybe not here. It's let me see if I have it here, maybe. It has a texture. The small intestine is not like the colon. Like the colon is slick. It's slick inside. It's got some curves in it, but the small and the small intestine is different. The small intestine has really like texture, and this is there's a depth. It's like a shaggy rug, and that's another thing. It's like if you compare like the psyllium and bentonite, for example. Psyllium is kind of a bruma, right? It's fibers, yeah, and the bentonite is like the vacuum cleaner, right? So if you have a shaggy rug and you use the broom and the vacuum cleaner, What if you have a bubble gum there?
Mm.
Yeah. So with the enzyme, it adds an active ingredients in it that is, go nibble on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is it speeds up the process very much, very much.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of alive, it's like bentonite clay is great. It's just amazing binder, and it takes almost 100 times its own weight, and it's like it's great, but it's kind of overruled right now.
Mm.
It's really overruled. Yeah. It's a really new technology. And the funny thing is, like, it comes from the past. This new technology is thousands of years old. Is like, it's the monks who were brewing this.
Mm.
The
Wow.
Buddhist and Taoist monks who were brewing this. The Belgian monks brew beer. The Taoist and Buddhist monks brew enzymes. So yeah, this is this is it. And they rose this fermentation, the methods to the level of fine art, and after that is the blending together by Chinese medicine doctor, nutritionist, so there's a good blend of wisdom and science.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Dude, it was actually really, really good to talk to you, and like just hear your perspective on it. It got me more excited to do the cleanse now. And dude, keen to keep staying in touch, because after this one, I'm gonna fucking take photos and film what's coming out, and then also keen to try the liver flush as well eventually.
Absolutely. Yeah. Slowly. Just explore the
Yeah.
thing and understand. Since you're sharing, it's important that you understand what you're sharing. And the more you will understand, the more you'll be able to answer the question and guide people. And I think, there's no rush, and explore for yourself. You will see that we don't have a single product that is just there for the fun of it. They all have power. Everything you're taking, that you've taken them. You would take the pill eventually when you're going to start ordering by the carton, and you want to share for your retreats. I will send you some samples, and you can you can explore. But I think it's very important and responsible to do this way. There's no rush. It's for a long journey.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yes. I'm sure you know that, but it's just. But I do that, and anyway, we feel more comfortable, also more confident when we just have some experience from where we can stand and share from that space, instead of just marketing pitch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, my brother. I wish you.
Thanks.
It's this weekend, right? You're doing it?
Whenever it gets here, I'm gonna start straight away.
Okay. But you already ordered, so you probably I think you ordered today, right? And this is just after the Chinese New Year holiday, so maybe you'll receive that more at the beginning of next week, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, keep me posted, and I'll be there.
All right, we'll do, bro. Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice evening. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.